yeah.
people are really eager for this Harbaugh game for some reason. I don't know why, Franley. I don't know if you want to elaborate for what's going on with Jim Harbaugh.
Well, I mean, your colleague was on a show today. Was it Cowherd? He said his prediction is that Jim Harbaugh will be the Chargers head coach, Albert Breer. So that's what he was saying. So I mean, that's the. I mean, I just don't know because I mean, you see, Raider fans are it seems like very adamant about. I saw this tweet yesterday. Y'all are crazy. Like it's so funny, especially with all those speedy receivers. Like this stat is pretty nuts that he wasn't able to get 30 touchdowns. But I mean, quarterback play has been kind of down all year this year. So Juan is excited. Juan is
Yeah, the
like, stop
numbers are a
talking
little
about
off this
Tua.
year.
Go back to talking about
Jim Harbaugh, how about that?
Jim Harbaugh. Oh, by the way, I got to talk to Travis Kelce yesterday. But I won't.
I saw that. I saw your TikTok.
Yeah. But I'll talk about that at the end. Greg Roman as the OC, that would be interesting. You know what's funny? I'm actually interested to see what would happen if he did become the head coach. But okay, see, this is my thing too. I think Washington would be interesting just because of everything. But okay, what's the first thing Washington's going to do? If I'm Washington, I turn to Magic Johnson and I say, turn off Twitter. Stop.
Yeah,
No
don't tweet
tweeting.
interviews right now.
Yeah, no tweeting, no Twitter. Take it off. Like I think he's one of the most explosive people on Twitter. Like we can't have you doing anything like that. But going back,
I do think gets that job, by the way, Washington. I think it's Mike McDonald. I think they want to have like a Ravens kind of style there.
I actually do agree. I actually do agree with that. Just because I actually do agree with that, to be honest. But I really do think that for the Chargers though, like it has to, like I'm telling you, dude, like the fan base, I've never seen the fan base like this connected on something. And you see it on Twitter and like you're just like crap. Like
I want to see the rankings in the chat. Like, what's your like? If it's, I know everybody wants Harbaugh, but what would be 2, 3, and 4 just in case? Like,
I think everybody's kind of waiting to see the Vrabel thing because I feel like Vrabel would be a second. I think Vrabel would be second, and then it really would be a toss up because I don't think a lot of people really want a first year head coach again. That's kind of what I've garnered.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't know, but I feel like right now, and the thing is, it doesn't help having it doesn't help right now, especially with all the national guys. See, that's the thing. The national guys kind of going, oh well, it just seems like it's gonna be him going to the Chargers. I feel like that doesn't help matters. Like I think that kind of helps the fan base get more and more excited.
I wonder how much is it like the team leaking that say, hey, we're trying our best to get Jim Harbaugh in case they don't. It's like, hey, we tried. Like that's my thing. It's like
I just think at this point, I think you can't.
You got to make a full effort, right?
No, hey. I don't think you can fail at it though. Like unless he goes, like the only way you can fail at it is if he goes back to Michigan, then you're like, phew.
Yeah, you tried.
He goes to another NFL team, then you're like, shit.
But what do you do? Like obviously, like it could be a Bill Belichick. People won't complain about that. And
I think some people would. The age.
Yeah.
Who's he gonna bring in? Do you think fans would really accept Josh McDaniels as their OC? Like, it worked with Tom Brady, but remember, Tom Brady and him hashed it out numerous times. Like, Tom Brady sometimes like lit in his ass. Like, that's gonna be the problem. Like, that's the thing. Like,
trust Bill Belichick, the GM, to keep doing these. Like he hasn't had a good
Bill Belichick this morning just came out and said he's willing to give up GM duties to continue. Yeah, he had a press conference at like 7:15 a.m.
I wonder if that's like, hey, I'll come back, or hey, for any other team that wants me.
I think it's both.
Huh.
I think it's both.
It's weird that we're waiting for this. And you know what I'm thinking, Fernando? I think he's waiting for the playoff teams, the ones that disappoint, to get more openings, like more. Because it feels like right now the best one is the Chargers job because of Justin Herbert. But what if that's all set up for Harbaugh? What do you do with your Bill Belichick? Where do you go? The Falcons? You want to go there?
Okay, that's what. So Dante and I were driving back yesterday to San Diego, and I was wondering to myself, is this kind of a curtain call for him?
Like retire?
Is it? No. Is it the fact that like maybe nobody wants him? Like Is it the fact that there's maybe young coordinators, young people out there that everybody's kind of like, you know what? Bill is 72 years old. Like, why go that route?
He's got to
It's
go
a
to a win
new,
now ready roster.
yeah. Because I saw, I think Diana Rossini tweeted out that the Falcons, but I'm like, the Falcons, like,
Does he
I
want to
just,
go there? They're like such a like an afterthought team. Like nobody really
bro,
cares
they have
about
like
it.
five beat writers.
Yeah,
Like,
they are talented, but they also got to find a freaking quarterback.
see, okay, that's another thing. Like,
Yeah, that's my
that
guess.
one, I
That's
would
if
believe.
McCarthy disappoints.
But then, like,
But that's like the Sean Payton thing. He kept waiting for the right job last year. And he's like, "Well, I'll take the Broncos one." Like it could be something like that.
do you think they get into like a fist fight for it? Like him and Jerry Jones, like if they have a disagreement, like they get into like the ring and they're like, "No, Jerry, it's not going to be like that." Well, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be like that. Like it's just gonna. But see, this is what I wrote last night.
You
You're
know,
in a division. Go
let me
ahead.
give you one more conspiracy theory, Fernando, because Jimmy Johnson and Bill Belichick are good friends. I think that he was waiting for Jimmy Johnson to get into the ring of Hall of Fame with the Cowboys. And once you do that with my boy, maybe I'll talk to you about a job. That's just kind of the thing I thought about there too.
Well, we'll see what maybe Jerry Jones sabotages the games this weekend to have
I don't think they'll
him,
do that.
yeah, to have him
Ooh.
lose. See, this is my thing. You're in a division with Andy Reid. I don't think the Chiefs are going to go anywhere. I know Travis Kelce's getting older. I know that that team hasn't been very good this year, but I think they're going to regroup and I think they'll be better next year. I think Sean Payton's going to get better next year. The Raiders, we don't know what they're going to do. Obviously, Antonio Pierce, like we've been saying, I think Antonio Pierce, if he does end up keeping that job, I think he needs to go out and he needs to go get a very good OC, bring him in, and then start looking for their quarterback, start looking to improve that offense. But the Chargers need Harbaugh, and that's what I wrote. I said they need a guy like this, a guy who's going to change everything up. In the past, we've all thought about it. I think somebody put it up here. Oh, dude, I don't want to butcher your name. A- and
Antoine?
Antoine, yeah, yeah.
Hey, you might
So
be new to the show though. I haven't seen that logo yet. I like it.
yeah. Some people have said that the Spanoses are cheap. Other people have said that they use coaches that are puppets. That kind of has been a thing. Like Norv Turner, Mike McCoy, Brandon Staley, Anthony Lynn. That one I don't believe just because I got like from what I know about Anthony and the way we've kind of interacted with Anthony, that he doesn't seem that kind of way, but like they're trying I think they're trying to get away from all that. You're in LA, dude. You're not in San Diego anymore. You Anthony. Okay, it's Anthony. Okay, cool. Nice to meet
Oh,
you.
we butchered it.
Thank you for jumping on
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
and thank you for
Anthony
jumping
with an
on
IE.
and commenting. But that's the thing though. Like you have to make your mark. You have to do stuff. You're competing with the Dodgers. You're competing with the Lakers. You're competing with the Rams. You're competing with everybody. And I know my mom taught me at a young age, never look at what anybody else is doing. It's hard not to when you're in LA.
Yeah.
Like you have to compete. And the thing is,
That's a good point.
you can't F this up. Like this kid, like this quarterback that you have is a generational talent. I'm not gonna say who, I'm not gonna say what. Somebody wrote on his jersey, "You're gonna be one of the greats when it's all said and done," on a jersey that was given to him. Like that's how much these like people believe in him. That's how much people think about him. Like that's how much people think like his teammates. That's how much people think that this kid is great. Put a great coach around him. Like you have to put a guy like, can you imagine on the sideline? And I'm just saying, like, and I'm sure Charger fans will get excited for this. Like, can you imagine like Harbaugh smacking his pads and getting all excited with him and like smacking him in the ass and like him going in there? Like, that's just gonna get people
Who's
hyped
got it better than
and
us?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
exactly. So
Did you answer this question from Jesse? I forget, Fernando. I don't know if you popped it up, but that's interesting connection too, by the way.
yeah. Um
Because the
well, he
Ravens
was
can
with
now,
John, wasn't he?
yeah, the Ravens connection. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering if he talks to John. Hey, what do you think I should get wink
So
here?
okay, back so okay, I'm glad you brought that up. So I don't know if you guys remember a couple of years ago, he was getting the shit beat out of him by Ohio State. They weren't doing anything well. Joel Klatt was on Colin Cowherd's show, and he said that he did not know what to do, and he turned to his brother and he said, "John, I
Wow.
need your help, man. Like I'm getting the crap beat out of me. I don't know what to do." And he's like, "Jim, look, I have these two young guys. One of them was
Mike McDonald?
Mike McDonald, and he's like, all right, he's like, take them with you, mold them, and
I had
then
no idea. Wow.
yeah. So he took Mike McDonald, and I can't remember the other guy's name right now off the top of my head. Takes him with him. He wants to keep both of them. He's like, oh no, I need you to send them back.
Give him back.
But he helped. Like that's the thing. It's okay to ask. Like that's the thing. He turned to his brother. He asked him for help, and he helped bring him up, and
What did you
and
did
that's
you
how
see
he
that
was able.
did you
He
see that
was able to
report?
turn things around.
There was like a report that he has like a staff ready to go that will follow him to the NFL. Like he's already
Yeah.
locked and loaded for his
Yeah,
staff.
yeah, yeah. That's another thing. Like he's 10 steps ahead. He knows exactly what's
Yeah.
going on.
Hiring the
So
NFL agent gave it away too.
yeah. Yeah. But I heard that had been in the works for a while and they just barely announced it. So, but that's the thing is that I think this is the correct step. And I really, Dennis, real quick, Danny, I'll get to yours. All I know from Joel Alt is that when he got to Notre Dame, I think
Ooh.
I was there his second. It was last year, so it would have been
Yeah.
his second year. Yeah, there was a lot of excitement about him, and like they called him a generational talent. Like they called him the next great offensive lineman of Notre Dame. So they went Quentin Nelson,
Nelson.
and then he's next. So this guy is everything that I've
I was
heard
I
about
was
him,
trying to do
and
some research, Fernando, but like he played left tackle most of his
yeah,
career at
that's
Notre
what he
Dame. Like,
is going to
what do
be.
you do with Rashawn and him? Like, that'd be nice
That's what
to
I'm
get
saying. Like it's
booking
gonna be
tackles.
hard. Like Penei Sewell is an outlier. That's hard to do. You can't just move a guy from left to right and expect him to go in there and do
Tristan
that.
Wirfs did it for a bit. Went from right to left, and he
Yeah,
balled out for the Titans. I'm for the Buccaneers. But like, who do you ask to move, or who do you tell
yeah,
to? That's tough. Like,
yeah,
especially like you saw Slater better than I did. Like, is it like a scheme thing, an injury thing? Like, what happened to him that he hasn't done it since rookie year? Like, he was really good his rookie year, then injuries, and then I don't know what
Slater.
happened this year. Yeah.
Yeah, Slater, he's been dealing with an ankle injury this whole year, but like in these last few weeks, he's kind of picked it up.
Mm.
And he was I mean, he said that he's gonna get himself right and he's gonna get ready to go for next season, but they feel like he's a building block for the team and
I
Dennis,
think this
I don't
comment
know about
here.
the Chargers.
Sorry, this
Go
comment. I
ahead.
feel like when it's to right to left, it's better than going from left to right for some reason. I don't know, but that reminded me there.
Yeah. Um, Worth a fifth pick. I mean, it depends on what you're looking at,
I
but
think so. Maybe
I
the
think
way
he's
you talk about him,
definitely
Joe Alt,
yeah.
top
Yeah,
five.
no,
Yeah.
I definitely I mean, if you're in need of a left tackle, yeah, I think the guy is definitely worth it. I mean, 100%. Like the guy's generational. Like and Notre Dame, I know Notre Dame has some faults for other positions and other players, but I definitely think he is worth a fifth overall pick. But Gilbert, going back to today, it was interesting because it it kind of felt like besides Herbert, like not a lot of guys know what their future is. I mean, you have Keenan, you have Mike. Like Keenan was like, "Yeah, I'd love to come back." And then, but at the same time, it's like, well, you don't know what this new like nobody knows what this new coaching staff is going to want to do. And I know everybody's talking about them being in cap hell, quote unquote, but it's not really all that bad. Like a good GM can come in and he can move some things around and they can get out of this quickly and still have the money to sign free agents and everything. So they thank you. Yes, it was Jesse Minter. Yeah. That was the other guy. I think that's one of the names that I keep on hearing that would be his DC. Yeah.
Hmm.
That would be his DC coming to the NFL. If he came to the NFL, that would be his DC most likely. But I mean, I'm sure Wink Martindale would be another name. I've seen the name Ron Rivera floated around too, but I that one I don't know to 100%, but I'm sure that would. But thank you for that one, Jesse Minter. Yeah, that was the guy. But there was a lot of like that's the thing, Gilbert. Like nobody knows. Like Mike Williams was like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try and get back, and or he's like, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get ready to go. And then, do you want to stay here? He's like, yeah. Well, I was drafted by this place. Keenan Allen, same thing. And then when I tweeted out the Keenan Allen thing, it seemed like most Charger fans want him back. Like they're like, yeah, no, he deserves to stay here. He's been a guy that's been here for years. We want him back. People obviously, I mean, we'll see what happens with his new coaching staff. But even Derwin was asked, do you think you'll be back? And he's like, I don't know. I mean, it just
That's the thing about a new coaching staff, a new
yeah.
GM. Nobody picked these guys. Nobody re-signed these guys. You know, so it's up to Jim Harbaugh to see, or I'm already assuming it's up to a new coach
Gilbert
to
knows something.
determine, yeah, determine the scouting reports and everybody. So it really puts people on edge here. But I don't know, Fernando. Like I know maybe it's a little dangerous to take a tight end, but Brock Bowers could block and play receiver. So maybe that could be
That
two
guy's
birds with
nuts.
one stone for Justin Herbert.
Well, and not just that, but like, I mean, in a sense, if you want to follow history, I mean, well, but neither one of them won Super Bowls.
Honestly,
But
I brought it
still,
up because you mentioned. I'm like, yeah, you kind of need that Gates connection there a little bit.
Fouts had Winslow, Rivers, and Breeze had Gates, and then now get this guy as tight end. Um, real quick, who Pedro? Who you? Oh, well, I don't know who.
Maybe
I know.
Marvin
My
Harrison.
bad. They were talking about it in the chat. Yeah. Okay, so Robert, yes. So that was the big news out of today. Also, Gilbert, is that Corey Linsley basically was told by his doctor that
Yeah,
basically that's going to be a huge hole now at
yeah,
the center position
yeah. But
because
you don't draft a center in the first
no,
round, though, regardless.
no.
Yeah,
No, but what I'm saying is that's going to be a huge hole that now
yeah. You
you're
got
going
to
to need
fill that
a
for sure. Either a
yeah, because
veteran or maybe
Lindsley
a
was a
second
big
round pick.
part. Yeah, Lindsley was a big part of what these guys did. It's gonna be interesting to see what Lindsley decides to do.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, I kind of answered my question then because when Slater was an All Pro, it was Lindsey healthy, and then last year he got hurt, and then this year no Lindsey, so it could be something there.
Yeah, 100%. It's tough because a lot of those players. Yeah, no, I definitely 100. You know, it's funny. Keenan said that at the end of the season, like if they were close to like a playoff position,
He
he
played.
could have made it back and everything. But I mean, obviously, like you're not gonna push it
Yeah,
for any of that.
Danny's
But
right though. Like Mike Williams is so clutch, but he's always getting hurt. Like, can you
that,
really bank on that?
that's because he plays in
And then
a yeah.
the way he plays it, right? And the other part about it too, Fernando, is like maybe you bring back Mike because you just don't know what you have in Quentin Johnston. Like, I really want him to have a better rookie year, but it's also going to be up to a new coach. Like, do you like this guy? Like, did he do enough on tape to make you believe he's a starting caliber player? Or you kind of take the Packers approach, which just get the more the better. You got Palmer, you got Johnson, you got Allen, you got Williams. Maybe you draft Malik Neighbors. Like, just keep going and going.
This is gonna be interesting, Dennis, because I think it's going to depend on the vision. Because look, I'll be honest. If a Jim Harbaugh came in and asked, like maybe Keenan, like, "Hey, trust in my vision. We need you to take a pay cut, or one of these guys or something." I feel like that's the thing. They have to trust in the vision of the guy coming in, and that's what Keenan said today. He didn't say that. What he said was the leadership. If they trust the leadership, everything's going to fall into place. Keenan, Justin Herbert, all these guys believe that they can turn this around quickly because they do have the talent. Guys, a couple of weeks ago, they had the Baltimore Ravens at 13-10 going into the fourth quarter. They had them right there. It's just they just couldn't finish the game. But with the correct coach, they could have ended up finishing a lot of these games and turn their season around. So I feel like with the correct coach, I feel like they could end up turning some of these things around, and that would definitely help. I've seen the Oregon center. A lot of people like him. I've seen the Drake Nugent, the center from Michigan. Obviously, a guy that
Interesting.
people like him. Wish Lindsley the best. Yeah, good guy. He spoke to us for about 13 minutes today. So that was give Herbert as Oregon center. Lindsley transition as assistant O line
By
coach.
the way, I had no
And
idea.
Dago as assistant O line coach.
I would like that too. But by the way, I had no idea Herbert got a haircut until I saw the interview today.
Oh yeah. Well, I saw some people like I didn't know people like I didn't know
track it.
fans like watched practice and all that stuff, like watched like the videos of practice.
Yeah.
Somebody like there was a video of like Will Greer throwing a football, and they're like, "Oh my God, Herbert got a haircut," and I'm like, people really watch that stuff. Like, I'm like, damn, y'all are
I don't blame
really.
him for being a little more secretive about it after what happened the first time.
The first time was brutal. Who gave him the haircut again? It was one of the like
Oh, yeah,
the
the strength and conditioning coach.
conditioning coach. Yeah. Lindsay was the best free agent of, and you know what? That was a Brandon Staley guy too. Brandon Staley was the one that like they kicked his ass
Yeah,
in
that was
the
the first year, right? Yeah.
the Packers game, and they he really wanted him. So definitely agree with that. Um Dennis, you're foul, bro. Come on. Be nice. You need to stop. Uh so oh, you guys are. Yeah, I didn't think his haircut looked that bad. I thought it was a nice haircut. He needs a barber. That's the thing. I
Yeah,
think he needs
he
to.
probably asked another friend.
Yeah, I saw Duke Merriweather. He tweeted out yesterday that whoever the Chargers get as their O line coach is
Yeah,
as
it's
important as
critical.
their
Like
actual head coach.
that 2021 year, like, I know people gave Lombardi a lot of crap, but it was probably the most successful in his stint, I feel like, for Justin Herbert because the offensive line was productive. Like, that made it so
Because of
much
Frank
better.
Smith.
Yeah, and that too, yeah, that goes a long
Yeah,
way too.
yeah. Pedro, you're right, bro. You're right. We need to get him an SD barber. I mean, Pedro, who do you go with? Let me know. I might be needing one pretty soon because
Are
mine
the
is
barbers
getting.
better in San Diego? Is
Well,
that
no. Mine's getting hip surgery, so he might be out for a while. And I'm like, oh, bro, like, who am I supposed to go with now?
oh,
Like, what
man,
the
yeah.
hell? Oh, it was John Lott. Oh God, you guys
Oh,
are
yeah, yeah.
really
Hey,
on
good
it.
memory, yeah, good memory.
Yeah, cut that coach right out of here. um. Aces of Fades Barbershop on 3rd
Oh,
Avenue.
wow.
Oh, I might have to check that out.
I need one
Um,
too. I actually got mine tomorrow morning, so I'll be ready.
oh, there you go. So, who you got tonight?
It's about time, right? It's kickoff, right?
Yeah, in about an hour.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody. So might as well go with Michigan. Finish it out, go out on a winning note, and get back to the NFL. We miss you, Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Michigan as well. I think he has some. We all know he has unfinished business. He's talked about it. Well, not him. Everybody else has talked about it. We all know what it's all about. And man, if he wins it tonight, the hysteria tomorrow is gonna be crazy with.
I'm telling you, he's gonna go to Disneyland, and you gotta go stake it out, and then talk to him and ask, "Are you going to the Chargers?" You'll break the news.
Yeah, right. Can you